Welcome to the service clinic at Low Country Harley-Davidson. I'm Doc Harley. Today I'd like to talk about maintenance. You guys are proud of yourself doing your own maintenance, but you're not being complete in your maintenance, and it's going to cost you later. Here's a prime example. I've got a trike that really has not been taken care of, an early one, but the rear brake system is going to cost him, and I'll show you why. All right, the wheel rotates in this direction, okay, and so the brake pads are always being pushed down. Harley-Davidson has shim at the very top to keep the pad from moving, but it doesn't have anything down below. If you don't maintain your brake pads and brake fluid and keeping everything to where it's supposed to be specification, and this has to do with your emergency brake also, your parking brake, I'm sorry, keeping your parking brake up, this can cost you. Here's why. All right, this is going this direction. This shim wears out. The pad moves up and down and then starts making a groove. And here it is. Let's see if I can get a screwdriver to show. Here's the groove that the brake pad has been creating and making because this part, the shim, wore out. Let's see if the camera can pick this up. Here's a used one, and here is a new one. You see how the tangs are up so it keeps the pressure? This one is worn down, so the pads now can move up and down, and then start banging into the aluminum and making a groove. Once that groove happens, pads can't retract. All they can do is be pushed in, forced to push in. That creates extra heat on the brake fluid. That transfers up front, and on this model, the front brake caliper has two pucks in the middle that work off of this. So then it starts getting hot, starts applying the brakes there, starts applying the brakes, and it's a snowball effect. You're doing your maintenance. Okay, you're changing the oil. Okay, you're lubing cables. Okay, but how about the brakes? Fluid level? Okay, it's a little questionable. You really should change it. Look at it. Look at the pads. If you have to, take the wheel off. Look at the pads. There are measuring devices where you can see the thickness of it without disassembling it. And here's a quick little tip for you guys with a trike on here. If you can take your finger and put it on the pad and move it up and down, then you know this is worn out. Then you know you need to take this apart. Now, this guy's a traveler, and we're going to keep him going because we've got a little trick here, and I'll share it. This side was worn out. Well, we move it to the other side. Now I've got a fresh area where it's not going to groove. Brand new shim up here, so it's not going to stay in the groove, and he can get home. It's not the way to fix the problem, but it's the way to get the traveler home. We can flip it. Wouldn't have to do it if you guys did your own maintenance completely. I'm sure there are lists on the internet that you can get that come straight out of the factory manual that says, at 5,000 miles, check this. You're worried about torques? I'm sure the internet has a source for torque to do it properly. If you're going to take the responsibility and want to save money in doing your own maintenance, then do the maintenance complete. Just don't do a 3-hole oil change and say, I'm done. I did my own maintenance. I can keep going, because this is going to come to me. I'm going to show you the part that's worn out, and you're going to blame me for costing you money when it really was you. Please do your maintenance completely. And if you don't feel comfortable with doing this part of it, bring it to the dealership. Bring it to your shop that you trust and have them examine it before it costs you more money down the road. I'm Doc Harley. We'll see you next time.